Hello, I'm Craig Sapinoff.
And I'm Lauren Small, and you're watching the American Fitness Network.
Refrigerator, and then the cast went to Florida here, and the refrigerator got unplugged for 10 days, and nobody was really aware of it until it came time to bring out the guts. And as soon as they opened that bottle, the genie of putrefaction emanated from the roof. I'm stuck in a hole. They told me in the morning, they said, don't eat or drink anything. And I'm going, what, am I having surgery here? They said, no, you're going to be stuck in a hole for 4 hours, maybe 5. So that was okay. But then the smell was so bad, I could still smell it to this day. I don't know how homicide detectives do their job. But when I inhaled to say, and they said, cut, I started gagging. And I was stuck in the hole. My legs had completely fallen asleep. They thought I was going to swallow my tongue. So 2 guys, they pull me out of the hole like some screwed up astronaut, and I'm there and I'm wrenching. Nothing's coming out because I hadn't eaten it, and it was just horrendous. I probably got some rare disease and have to sue somebody. I don't know. Speaking of sue.
Next question. Let's move on quickly. The movie's great. It's been left a lasting impression on me. Love it. And Roads, you were ripped up the worst. Steele, your lines are the best in the movie. I'd like to know about, now that it's becoming more popular, are you getting residuals at all from the DVD sales or the VCR or the VHS?
Great question. Great question. And we've all worked under SAG contracts all our lives in the business, and you know, we've been on stage, that's AEA and all this, but you know, once the movie's done, it goes into the ancillary markets, and when they came out, you had the tapes, what do you call them?
VHS.
And that's all that really existed, and then now you have the DVDs, and you get Blu-ray and everything. We all were taken great care of in Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania. Everything was taken care of, and they met your contract. But once the movie went out there, where you could derive other income, which is a nice thing as an actor, it helps you live. I will tell you, we've been hosed for 28 years. We've never seen a dime, and the 2 producers, I think, have a lot to do with it. The movie's kind of, I think my own opinion, it's got this little trail of maybe going from one place to another. Yeah, we've never really seen, and you know, it's your name, it's your face, it's your character, it's your work, it's out there all over the world. And I mean, the only money I saw, I just did a piece for Japan for the Blu-ray in the Japanese market, and they were so happy, you know, what would you like, and you know, it's the only money I've ever really seen from the movie once it went into the ancillary markets, and it's a great question, Chris. Great question. Uh-oh. Captain Rhodes is talking to you. When Rhodes, they gotta go to the bathroom. What do you want? Leave the kids alone.
So that's why you want me to go ahead and get the law degree so I can fix the look.
Michael's working on his law degree, and we need representation. When are you going to get that degree? In about another 10 years? Yeah, well, I have no idea what we're owed, but it would be nice to get a check, Terry, Joe, maybe just a small check. Be nice.
Show business is a strange place. Our producers and the like are always trying to get more than they deserve. For those of you who want to be actors, those of you who want to be singers, know that you must have a thick skin. You're always trying to cheat you. Every time. Every time. So that's all I got to say about residual.
Speaking of beaver,
All right.
it's a bit of a huge rip-off, but the golden side of it is that you guys have kept us alive. And I don't mean financially, I mean in spirit. And thank you for that.
That was very nice. Next question, please.
Okay. You think the horror movies today is like moving it to touch? You think the horror movie industry of today is moving it to touch?
Well, I got the mic. Speaking of touch, I was very, very disappointed in the remake of The Thing. Very, very disappointed. I saw this, I can't remember the name, but it's the guy from Hellboy, and they're in Alaska, and some force kind of takes. So they're losing their touch because real news is scarier than most horror movies, especially if Romney gets elected. But don't listen to anything he says. And anyway, so there hasn't really been something that's knocked me. The last movie that scared me was The Exorcist.
I agree. We're running out of story and line to support the horror in movies. And, the characters embedded in it are so specific. And so when drawn, that's another reason you can look at this movie again and again and really enjoy it. And that's what's missing in a lot of the horror movies. It's just all gore and no characters. Nothing you can get into. So, yes, I agree. We are losing a bit in the horror genre.
Which, if you remember, all of George's films, plot, character, and conflict. That's his genius.
You know, in this age of social media, of which I am really not a participant, I do not use a computer. My 3 grown children and my wife make fun of me. I write long-handed, I can spell, I know what a subject, a predicate, an adverb is, but in this age of social media where you can literally meet, I think, a serial killer and not know it's a serial killer, they got these, I guess, dating hookup sites and all kinds of stuff, which I'm really not familiar with. But if you take these movies like, I mean, I guess we would have to call movies like Saw 1, 2, they're in the horror genre, wouldn't you say so? But they're so, to me, it's almost frightening to me because there's a sense that you could meet somebody like that on the internet And I really mean that when I say that. And the culture has become so base, and so base, and I don't know. It's just I don't get it. I mean, I don't. It's violence for the sake of violence and cruelty. And you know, we live in such a strange time. And someday a real rain is going to come and wash it all clean.
It's what they call torture porn or what, that's the genre. It's a whole strand.
Speaking of cereal, you know when people start eating other people's faces for real, that a line has been crossed somewhere.
Next question.
I couldn't agree with John more. It seems that the depth of the characters are what makes it more disturbing scenes as opposed to flight or imagination. And that's where the appeal of Walking Dead is for depth of characters and you can get into a story. But that being said, I think we had one example. What was the most difficult scene that you made to film in Day of the Dead?
Emotionally, when I was about to execute the role, it was very difficult because my desire not to kill. So I had to get myself into an emotional state in order to make that scene. He was very careful about the gun. Make sure those guns are unloaded because we have had accidents in the building job with loaded weapons. So that was a very difficult time for me.
The most frightening moment for me was when I shot my good friend John Atkins playing Dr. Logan, put a 350 Magnum to his head, and I had to pull the trigger. I mean, I was nauseous. And on the first take, you know, we checked, we looked in the barrel, they always gun, you always saw the light.
You gonna be right here?
But Tom had placed a condom in John's hair. It was filled with stage blood and a battery and wire attached to it, a squib.
Hope he wasn't talking.
So I pulled the trigger, the squib exploded, and a piece of the condom hit me in the eye. Now, I didn't know what hit me in the eye. It was such velocity. So, I mean, I went like this, and I had no idea. But even scarier than that was just the physical sensation.
What do you mean?
Of putting a gun to somebody's head and pulling the trigger.